Oh my, there's like 67, 68 questions. Hey guys, congratulations, we got up this morning. Now, unfortunately, this video will be a little switched, a little backwards, because I can't find my knitting loom, which is a problem when you want to do a video about how I knit with my dominant hand, mostly. I do like hold the loom with my other hand, but we'll get into that later. So instead, we're going to be doing a video about my frequently asked questions that I get about service dogs. Actually, I'm going to be doing the internet's frequently asked questions about service dogs. I googled most frequently asked questions about service dogs, and I didn't look at the answers, so I'm going to be doing this flying blind by the seat of my pants, my own answers. Alright, here we go. To qualify for a service dog, which is the first question I'm going to answer, you need to establish that you are legally disabled. Now, this definition I am reading off the computer, and it says, to be protected by the ADA, which is the Americans with Disabilities Act, one must have a disability which is defined by the ADA as a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. A person who has a history or record of such an impairment, or a person who is perceived by others as having such an impairment. That's kind of tricky, especially that last one. I don't know how being perceived by others would matter. So you need to establish that you are legally disabled, number one. Number two, do you need to have like certification for your service dog? And that depends on where you're from. If you're from UK or Australia, you do need to have legal certification of your service dog. If you're from the good old US of A, it's interesting because they don't have to ask you for paperwork. In fact, they legally can't. They can ask you 2 questions, and they have to stick to the 2 questions. Question number 1 is that a service dog? And you would say yes. Question number 2, what tasks does your service dog perform? Now, I would say mobility, if Carson did go out with me, which he does not. Question number 2. Okay, this one is a biggie. The do's and don'ts of encountering a service dog in public. Do. Inquire about the person's disability. If they're comfortable talking about it, then you can have a nice conversation and hopefully enlighten yourself. Do not talk to the service dog, call to the service dog, try to pet the service dog, bark at it, or talk cutesy to it, or any of that stuff. That is very bad. You're distracting the service dog who is working. They're mitigating their partner's disability, and so they don't want to. Or offer it food. I forgot that one. Do not offer it food. You don't know what allergies it has. Most service dogs are bred not to have allergies, so they can have specific food that does their joints good, because service dog work is very heavy on the joints. But still, you don't know, so don't offer it food. You can have a really enlightening conversation with the person, and you might even make a new friend, but the person is should be the big object of your interest when you're talking about a partner, team. So, person first, dog second. You can ask about the dog, but just don't make their lives difficult. Oh my, there's like 67, 68 questions, general questions about service dogs. I will not be answering all of them in this video. That would just be a 2-hour long video, and who expects a person to sit through a 2-hour long video and watch it all the way through? Not me. So maybe I'll be doing a part 2. I could probably make a whole series about this, so let me know if you guys are interested, and I will figure myself out. Okay, this one is a tricky one. Remember, we're talking legal definitions here. So it is, will I ever be required under the Americans with Disabilities Act to provide proof that I am disabled or that my dog is a service dog? The answer is yes. If you ever sue for discrimination, say you sue your landlord or landlady, that you're in a no pet apartment, that, hey, my dog is a service dog, I need to have them in my presence, I need to function, and I can only function with them at my side, then yes, the court is going to ask you for your legal due diligence. No, in that a business cannot ask you, unless they can't just ask you up front, unless you sue them for discrimination, and then you will be required to have paperwork. And finally, what breeds constitute service dogs? Now, I kind of take issue with this because I did work with a rescue dog organization, so I saw all kinds of breeds and mixes being trained to be service dogs. But traditionally, you would see Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, German Shepherds, and I have seen Poodles starting to become more traditional for the hypoallergenic element and the fact that some people have major allergies and anaphylactic reactions, so Poodles are becoming a bit more popular, I find. But yeah, traditionally it's German Shepherds, Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers. But technically it's anyone who's been properly trained. This was me answering the most Googled questions about service dogs, the most frequently asked ones, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for spending some of your day with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye!